What's going on, guys? We are live. Everybody is going to need to stop pre-ordering Battlefield copies like I was just doing. Stop doing that. And then re-download COD because COD is saved and so back, dude. Everybody is
so bad.
No,
locking in, dude.
Never-ending cycle.
But also pre-order Battlefield. Crash,
But
you got the $3,200 edition, I think you said, right?
6 of them, yes. So
Yeah,
we're pre-ordering
okay.
Battlefield and we're buying the black cell for $29.99 USD in
Black
COD.
Ops 6, let's go.
I got COD is so back, dude. Omni movement, everyone loves it. Get back into it, feel it.
I got the
love
turtle
it.
skins and everything. It was sick. I was
man.
Donatello out there with my nunchucks and stuff.
Shit, dude. Teletubby with a shotgun, man.
It kind of turned me on a little bit, to be honest.
It's so hype, man. It's so hype. Everyone's loving it. I'm just kidding. Send your complaints to the scope complaint department at gmail.com. We'll get through them, okay? Send all your complaints there.
We're
anyway,
a little
guys,
backed up, so give us time.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
There's a backlog.
There's a few complaints. Very few people comment on the videos or on Twitter posts or stuff like that, but a lot of people send complaints for some reason. So the production team is sifting through and getting through those complaints. We'll address each and every one of them. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, man, it's good to be back. Welcome into another Thursday. You got another Thursday next week. That's when that's going to be a big one. So today is a big one. This is actually like a really big show because we have
this is a pretty big,
there's tons of stuff to talk about with Verdansk dropping, ABI Arena Breakout Infinite Season 2 is dropping. Battlefield, the Battle Royale was leaked. There's a lot of stuff we can get into with that. Some of the stuff was data mined. I want to talk about some of the repercussions and the community's take on like the Battlefield BR because it's weird. Blue's got some big updates for Incursion Red River, and then Marathon started some teasers. So I want to revisit Marathon a little bit. It's at the end of the program, so it's going to be kind of more of a like a quick shot kind of because there's not a bunch, but it's just like
quick shot.
Yeah, but like things are starting to happen with Marathon, and that's going to be another interesting game for us to keep track of. So yeah, how are you guys doing? How's the week so far, Blue? You hanging in there, dude?
Yeah, so far so good. Nothing crazy happening. Pretty chill. I think started off pretty cool because we had my mom's birthday. So it was today's Thursday. So yeah, so Tuesday was her birthday, April 1st.
Happy birthday, Mama Blue.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. It's so we used to prank her back then as kids, not anymore, but what a day to have a birthday, April 1st. I'm pretty sure she got growing up the entire time, just people walking by her not say happy birthday and then tell you, oh, happy birthday, April Fools. We remember it all along. But yeah, also just seeing all the stuff on X and the gaming sphere on that day was you didn't know what to believe, like that whole War Thunder stuff, man.
Can someone clue me in on what that was about? Because I actually pulled up the video and was going to ask you guys because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so
it's like fake but real. I don't get it.
I think it's real. I really do think it's real. They also put it out World War One expansion, so you're gonna have the Great War also infantry gameplay because they've done it with that formula with Enlisted with World War II. So and then they even during that they had like a week or weekend where it was modern combat as well too for a little bit. They like tested it out, but it was so janky and the movement control looks weird. But then the trailer for this drops
awesome,
I think the day before on March 31st. So it was just like too close. So it was like, wait, is it real or is it just getting posted because of April 1st? So, are they posting it because they went, they're in the future and it's April 1st for them? Also, if you did, that is a lot of like, you can't do this to us. Like, first of all, the trailer was amazing because like the quality of that was just so cool. And yeah, this would be like my dream game if that ever would have come out. But you can go watch the trailer now. They posted about it on their main website. So they haven't like usually if it's an April Fool's joke, by now they would have said, "Just kidding, this is what we're really doing," kind of thing. But they haven't said anything about that, so I do think it's real.
And they were saying that it was going to be beta tested and stuff too. So I don't know,
Exactly.
man. Like
So I'm
that's a
pretty
lot of effort
sure
to put in to a trailer for not
for a
many people.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
So
is
I
it?
do think it's real. It's gonna be War Thunder. So if people don't know what War Thunder is, plenty of YouTubers get sponsored by them. Go click up YouTube video, gaming YouTube video right now. I'm pretty sure it's sponsored by War Thunder. Um,
Yeah.
and it's basically like a highly detailed, highly realistic vehicle simulator. Normally, it's mainly just tanks, helicopters, different eras as well to jets, propeller planes, biplanes. Sometimes, oh, now they're gonna have biplanes not because of World War One, but well, they do. I think they have biplanes too, but it's also, and this is someone who hasn't played in a very long. I played like when it first came out, and I just stopped. But it seems people also complain a lot about the pay to win aspect and stuff like that. So that's what I'm kind of curious about when it comes to modern combat. So I don't know. We'll see whenever it does come out. The one thing I'm also worried about is also the weapon controller and like the movement
So
mechanics.
is this the first time it's gonna have infantry combat? Like,
First time for War Thunder, yeah. Yeah, War Thunder was literally just you know just vehicles only. So, and it sucks 'cause it's like it's got great physics when like a vehicle crashes, when buildings explode, the weapons and explosions look amazing. It's a beautiful looking game. So it's like now we're gonna be on the ground seeing this stuff as well too. So
huh? All right then. So yeah, it'll be in 10 to 12 months probably.
yeah,
They said June they were going to start the beta testing, assuming it's real. So guess we'll see.
Dang, that's wild.
but
All right.
other than that, I'm
Thanks
playing
for
too much
thanks
games.
for explaining it. I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah. But no, just been hanging out, playing. I played a little bit of Incursion Red River before, just to kind of introduce some friends of mine that were like straight up PvP chads. I'm saying that, and if they're watching, they're probably laughing. Because all they do is play like Dead Side and like VR extraction games, so it's all PvP. So to bring them into a PvE only game, and then to watch them get like crapped on by a couple of the bots in there because I switched the difficulty up.
Right.
Um, so it was just fun. Good times, good times. I'm also working on another Armor Reforger server right now, so just doing
Nice.
that in the background.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any hints, like any clues what you're cooking, or you,
Halo mods for sure. It's gonna
what do you
be
mean?
inclusive
So
Halo mods.
you'll be able to be like Master Chief in Arma?
Yeah, there's already a mod in the Reforger sphere called Operation Uppercut, and you could be like an ODST, you could be a Spartan.
That's
They're
really cool.
slowly bringing in more of the Covenant faction. So
Dang.
yeah, and it's cool. It's got like the full on heads up display, the crosshair, the sound
That's awesome.
effects. It's got warthogs, falcons. It's cool,
Sheesh.
man.
Dude, modders always freak me out with what they can do. It's always crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's coming. It's the same guys from Armored 3 bringing it over to Reforger, so even cooler.
Gotcha. All right, Buff, what
I'd
have you
ask
been
Buff,
up?
but I know what he's doing.
I kind of know, but for those of us playing at home, what are you cooking over there?
I mean, since we since we did the show last week, a lot of ABI per usual, and then what was it last night? I started my COD updates I think Monday because I had like a bunch of updates over the past year, and then there was an update yesterday, so I finally like got that done. Did some Black Ops 6 to get like up a couple levels on some things because I hadn't played it at all. And then good old Verdansk is back for Warzone today. So yeah, we dropped in and did a live stream when it launched. I just undid it right before we popped in here, and a lot of fun. I had a really good time. We got a nice win. So
I watched the dub happen live.
did you? Nice, dude.
Yeah, I was there.
That was a good one. We played that just like good 2020 Verdansk. That's an old school Verdansk win. So it's weird because like you know what you need to be doing and stuff, but the muscle memory is not there because I haven't played it in so long. And they did a lot to make it feel like the original. So it's like so familiar, but you're just like I'm like a step or two slower than I should be or want to be. So I'm still
Yeah.
like getting back into it. But yeah, it was fun. So I'm excited to just do nothing but that all weekend, and maybe I'll be able to get into ABI for a few minutes here and there and do my Deke stuff, but I don't foresee myself playing that for a little bit here, another week
Because
or two,
Call of Duty's back.
COD is back. Did
and
you
honestly, I will like I know we're
Oh.
gonna cover it, but yeah, this is usually I've been talking about a bunch of crap about COD, but it seems so far just with what did I play for about 6.5 hours ish. Yeah, I mean it was a damn good update, so
I
give them their flowers.
Yeah, I will not lie. I was I mean, I'm probably still mostly completely out on COD, but you can't help but like feel some nostalgia, man. Like you have to feel it. Like
Yeah, man.
it was such a monumental time in FPS gaming, man, when Warzone dropped and everybody was home from COVID, and like that's just what you did, dude. And like seeing all those old POIs and like they even like didn't I feel like they even kind of redid the menu instead of like the Black Ops Orange, it's like blue like MW 2019. It's like
Yeah,
and it looks
it
like
seems that yeah, it was very like jaunting for me yesterday getting in, because like I said, I booted up Black Ops 6 I think for maybe 10 minutes, and I was like trying to get a refund and literally never touched it since the day it released. So yesterday, like finally getting in, and I was like, okay, I should like do the bare minimum to like at least get myself up a couple levels here. And it took me like 20 minutes to figure out like what the heck I was doing. I was so lost. So I can see like thankfully the Warzone menu is pretty straightforward. I think they did a good job of reverting that, making it simpler, but like coming in from Black Ops 6 and trying to navigate those menus and stuff, I was super confused. It took me a while to like figure out what was going on.
for sure. So yeah, I guess we can pretty much hop into that. I guess we're kind of talking about it anyway. I don't have much to offer other than I've been playing American Truck Simulator. Big news, guys! Breaking news today: Missouri, the DLC for Missouri dropped an American Truck Simulator.
All right.
So St. Louis, let's go. Played that last night, but been still mostly having a really good time on Arena Breakout. I'm pretty sure that even with the flaws and stuff, Arena Breakout is the game I've always wanted, like since extraction shooters started being a thing.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like it. And yeah, I'm very excited for later in the show to talk to you guys about season 2, because it's good. It's good, and I hope it's it's like 90% good and 10% annoying. And I hope it's setting the stage up for some good stuff for that game in the future, because it's so fun, man. Yeah, so before we get into the topics today, just want to say, give the little plug if you guys want to help out the program. A lot of free ways to do that. Liking the stream helps. Share it around to your friends. If you have somebody who might like to listen and or watch, share the stream with them, as well as any audio version. Just spread the word, man. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you're an audio listener, we appreciate you. If you could leave a 5-star review on your various audio platforms, that does apparently help. So yeah, with that being said, Verdansk is back. I don't know if you heard, if you've been falling asleep during the first part of the show, which some of you do. It's okay. It's back. Verdansk is back. I wasn't gonna play it, but watching Buff play it today, I might. I don't know. I don't want to, but I might. I might do it. I could do it. Yeah. So what all is in there that's got you feeling it, Buff? Like they changed the maps back. Which version of Verdansk is it? Is it like OG?
Yeah, dude, it's the original. It's the original. So
and what did they do with you said they did the movement to make it feel like it used to, kind of? What changes did they make? Like how did that feel?
Yeah, they slowed down like a lot of the Omni movement, and they redid the sound, the footstep audio, everything. So the movement does feel, and they changed like the sliding mechanics, all that stuff. So you know, jumping in, it feels like Warzone should. I would say, it feels closer to Modern Warfare 2019's Warzone movement. Obviously, a huge improvement over Modern Warfare 2's movement, which I know a lot of people didn't like. You were moving slower. I didn't hate that. I thought it was fine. But for Warzone on Verdansk, I think it makes sense. So, I mean, the movement felt really good. You're not, you know, you can do the sliding and stuff just like you could. So, I mean, it felt like you would think, like you would kind of think Warzone should play. And not like a drastic departure from what we were used to then.
Interesting. Dang it, man. Yeah, I don't want to play it, but I do.
Like the first game in, I was like, I just instantly, it was no problem to do the movement. And again, I hadn't played COD in over a year at this point, so it was easy. Felt really good.
Cheaters yet?
No cheaters yet. I know they did the Ricochet update. I don't know, take that whatever you think that means. I don't know.
Yeah, some people
Ricochet.
Didn't Wesley or Tactical Brit or one of those guys tweet like they had to restart their PC or something to play?
I didn't see it. Maybe. I mean, they said they did like a little post or a tweet or something about like a large change to Ricochet. So, and they did shut down over 20 like manufacturers and stuff.
Did they turn it on?
They probably turned it on. Maybe
they just turned it on. Okay.
Hey guys, we decided to turn on Ricochet.
We actually decided to have an anti-cheat for the first time. We're doing this now for the very first time. No one's ever seen anything like it.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. We're gonna fix cheating bigly. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Dang it, man. And then HDRs, right? One shot sniper.
Yeah, HDR is the only one shot to the head sniper at infinite range. The other ones are like within a distance. So yeah, sniping felt a little weird just because I don't have the HDR. It's in the battle pass. So I'll get it eventually. But I was using the M82, which like it was fine. But you're a little bit limited because I don't have anything unlocked. So I don't have like a variable zoom on certain things. So, but I mean, I had we had some good snipes in the game.
Nice. All right then. I don't know, man. I'll have to give it a go. I did watch Iron play it too, and they were on like an 8 or 9 win streak.
Jeez, dude.
When I was watching him just getting started, it was cool to see him like happy and feeling it again because that's where he got his big break and stuff. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, it feels good. So I'm like, and like you said, the POIs and stuff. It was a lot of POIs. Like I forgot, like just even outside POIs. You have those little outer villages here and there that you get into and you remember. You're like, oh my god, I forgot this was here. We rolled up on a couple certain hills on the outskirts, and I was like, oh man, like I remember this hill. And like all the 2020 like crazy memories come back where you have like a crazy engagements or wins in certain spots. It was cool. So I enjoyed it.
Trying to think if there's anything else I was wondering about it. Those were my main questions.
Yeah,
Blue,
I mean,
are you interested in it?
Yeah, Blue's gonna play it.
It was kind of cool just seeing the old locations and even just like the old drop-in. Because like I was definitely into Call of Duty back then, and seeing, at least I didn't play, but at least seeing the Call of Duty community just having fun,
right?
And so with their friends and stuff like that. So I it's kind of like I hope that for Battlefield in the future, but I'm also looking forward to seeing the future of like Call of Duty in general, because like I grew up on Call of Duty,
Same,
so
yeah.
I really
the
hope
Gulag
it somehow makes a good return, and maybe this is them finally listening to the community. Who knows? But I mean,
it was the OG Gulag.
I really excuse me.
Whoa.
Ooh, I feel like this is just it because it's not anything new, but it's also it's also new at the same time because you're just taking something and putting it back. So it's not like they are really coming off a new game or anything like that. So we'll see.
But it is cool. I will say it was pretty neat that you have, so originally when we played OG Warzone, right, it was the Modern Warfare 2019 guns, then it was the Cold War, and then it was the Vanguard guns. And now you have the Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. So you obviously have some returning guns that were there from Modern Warfare 2, like I was using today with the MCX Verdansk M13. But like it is pretty cool to have kind of a new set of guns, and mostly all modern. I mean, even the Black Ops 6 stuff, there's some goofy stuff there, but that's Desert Storm timeline, so you still have
Yeah, it's not super
crazy.
late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're getting World War II stuff from Vanguard time. So it is neat having like, you have the spear, all those guns from Modern Warfare 2 and 3 that are there, ACRs, a lot of stuff. So it is kind of neat to go through and
laughing at the trailer.
Try and get all those play with those new guns.
The rocket's coming at the guy. He's just like, why?
I've been that guy before. I'll tell you that.
The trailer team did a pretty good job too, especially it's just that one scene of like everyone dropping down and all the red smoke trailing behind them.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah, and you can shoot now in the air again. So that was actually kind of fun. I did kind of enjoy that in OG Verdansk. It got a little old after a while, but it was kind of cool having it back.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Chris, the OG Gulag. I lost, I think, 2 Gulags today, so I was pretty good. Definitely a way better Gulag than some of the crazy stuff we've had. Still the best, I would say.
Yeah, man, it is just crazy nostalgia because like this reminds me of like when I started streaming. Like I started streaming Warzone. So many people did too, right? Like everybody was at home, so like everybody just like started streaming back then, and that's like I never even thought about streaming unless like this game and this like in the time with COVID and everything. Like I wouldn't have ever probably done it.
Dude, 5 years ago is when Warzone came out.
Yeah,
been 5 years already.
Crazy. I'm also interested.
Half a decade. Make it sound older. Half a decade.
One half decade, dude. What's going to be interesting for me with this whole thing too is to see how long the happiness of the community lasts, and it's kind of going to give me.
That's what I'm worried about.
I'm not worried about it. Like I just am watching it because I'm interested to know if it's nostalgia or if Verdansk is actually a good map. Like I just kind of like, is Verdansk actually good, or is it just like people are getting hit with the rose-colored glasses from back then?
Yeah, dude. I think it's
nostalgia is definitely a heavy hitter. But
yeah,
I never once, and I played Verdansk a few times with like my brother back in the day. I never thought it was a bad map,
No.
As far as battle royales go, like.
And yeah, that's the thing. You gotta think of a battle royale game, not a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
So
no one will ever top Aaron Gill in PUBG. That's the one.
I never played any of the PUBG maps, but I did.
What?
Watch. Yeah, I never played PUBG. I watched a bunch though, and
guys, we're going to be looking for a new co-host next week. Send your applications to the Scope co-host.
I didn't have a
gmail.com.
PC then. What was I going to do? It didn't come out.
Sell everything and get an Xbox like
that's
me.
True.
It came out to Xbox, man.
I wanted to play it on PC when it came out. I would watch because that was the first BR. I would watch like all the Dr. Disrespect and Shroud team up like tournaments and everything. And
yeah, man.
I'd just be in my apartment like. When my girlfriend at the time would like go home for the holidays or whatever, and if I was hanging home for a few days before flying out or something, I would just like have that on the big screen and just be like doing stuff and watching them. It was really cool.
And I love watching Shroud back then. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I literally built my PC like a year prior to PUBG releasing, so I got to see like not PUBG. Also, what was the other one? Like the zombie one, I think it was. Like a battle royale.
Oh yeah, H1Z1.
H1Z1. Yeah, that's when I started. Like, I tried it, had some fun, and then PUBG came out. I tried that, on my like crappy, like I had a 1060
Oh,
GPU
yeah.
back then. So I mean, back then, 2017, 1060, it was still pretty old, but I mean,
Not bad.
that's when the 1080 Ti. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. You got a 1080 Ti. Now it's like, dude, get the 4090.
5090.
Jeez, yeah.
It might blow up and not have the proper stuff on the board that it's supposed to have, but it says 5090 on the box. So that's good. The 50 series launch has been a little rough for Nvidia, from what I understand.
I haven't been paying attention.
I didn't realize
Smart.
the 50 series came out. I'll be honest. I thought we were still on the 40.
Blue, what do you?
Look,
all right, we're looking for new co-hosts next week. Send your.
We're talking about 2. Crap.
Send your form. We're looking for 2 new co-hosts next week. No, I'm kidding.
I think I got
right.
time and the money to get a whole new graphics card right now.
Dude, I can't. I'm having such a hard time. I got to figure out what's up with OBS next time. I can't see topic indicator dealy thing very good. I mean, the production team is struggling. Not me, obviously. We have people for this, but
we hire peasants for that.
We're
Obviously.
looking to hire a new production team, so send your
we've
application
been
as well. To,
we're in a persistent and constant need for a production team around here. This show is a disaster, man. Right.
Oh man, I love it.
That's Verdansk. Okay.
Speaking of other battle royales,
yeah. Speaking of switching gears with a perfectly well-timed segue, Battlefield 6 or whatever the new Battlefield is going to be called. It's been rumored. I feel like it's just kind of like everybody rumors every time that there's going to be another BR for Battlefield. But this time there has been some actual in-game clues to that. Now, last time we didn't know if it was going to be a BR or an extraction mode, and then it was an extraction mode, and then it was hazard zone. So I don't even know what you call hazard zone because I don't even know what that is. I
don't think they knew what it was either.
I don't know. Like, what were you trying to do here? I don't know. It's like, yeah. So there has been in the playtest. If they really didn't want this stuff to get out, I don't know why they put these files in playtest. So maybe they wanted this to get leaked out for hype. I don't even know. Or maybe they didn't care.
Free marketing.
Yeah, I guess so. So via Insider Gaming and others, that's just what I have. We saw 20 concept art images leaked last week. We looked at some of those, but also allegedly the data mines reveal that a battle royale game mode will be coming to Battlefield 6 to no one's surprise. What is crazy in there, they can see in the code some of the features: solo, duo, trio, and squad matches, an armor system call-ins, loot rarity, update kits and weapons, and a shrinking zone. Also mentioned was a free-to-play component, which is understood to be the core battle royale experience. Gauntlet, another mode that Insider Gaming reported on in the past, was also mentioned and referred to some of the game files. Gauntlet's going to be like, I can't remember exactly how it was. It was kind of like I don't want to comment on it because I can't remember for sure, but I thought it was something like the operations mode. And then yeah, what is weird to me is the community, dude. The Battlefield community is so weird when it comes to a BR. There are so many people that instantly get angry. Like they instantly get mad. And like, Battlefield doesn't belong here. We don't want it. We don't need it. And what I've always said is, have you not like seen the success of like Call of Duty and stuff? If you have, and it's a separate studio, so it's just like, it's one of those things, like if there is a fully fleshed out Battlefield with the content that you like, the conquest, the front lines, the rush, the breakthrough, like all that stuff with plenty of maps, all the vehicle gameplay, all the stuff that you want from a Battlefield game, and added on top of it is a free BR to bring new people into the franchise. Like, how is that a bad thing? If you don't like it, just play the Battlefield game. Like, don't play it. Now you can make the argument that it's bad if it takes away from that development cycle and those resources, but if it's done by a completely different studio, I don't understand the negativity around it from the Battlefield community. And quite frankly, it's annoying as shit, because if you want the multiplayer to succeed, there is a timeline in a universe where a good battle royale that pops off and does well and is free to play and viral brings people over. Call of Duty does it all the time, where people play the battle royale for free. Like, man, I wish I could level up my guns faster. Guess how I can do that? I can play the multiplayer. Same thing. Battlefield could have a really good one. They could have levels and level up stuff. You could level it up faster in multiplayer, as well as people might see destruction in a BR and think it's cool. Vehicle gameplay in a BR and think it's cool. All the Battlefield stuff, the call-ins and all this stuff that's in the franchise, it can be their first experience with some of that stuff and bring new players into Battlefield. Like, I don't understand how it's a bad thing. People get so mad and so, oh my god, it's a baby, to get it away from me, it's a battle royale. Like,
people thought the reason why Battlefield 5 died was because of the battle royale, and it's like people didn't even get a chance to, because it was locked behind a paywall. Like, it wasn't even an option, really, a proper option, I would say. So it's just dumb arguments all around.
It wasn't made by DICE either.
That too. And this one isn't.
It was made by Criterion. This one's going to be done by Ripple Effect, so formerly DICE LA. Man, like, Firestorm was so good, dude. Firestorm was just so good.
It's literally BR with building destruction.
That's it, man. How cool is it? Like, you go hopping around Verdansk or something, and the circle ends up on like the apartments or whatever, and like you're stuck there and you have to run to them, and there's someone in there and you're just hosed, like GG, because they get to stay in the building and you get pushed out by the circle. Imagine if you could blow that bastard up, have an RPG and shoot the walls out and blow up the building. It's really cool. And Firestorm was gorgeous and beautiful, and it ran well. Hopefully, if they do have a BR, they learn from some of those things, because there were a few things that turned people off back in the day. The pacing was a little rough. So hopefully they can figure some of that stuff out, as well as people really hated the loot system. Not sure why. People said, like, I literally remember people like, I'm not going to play this game because the loot system is horrible, because it just puked out all the loot on the ground. And it was a little bit of visual clutter. But that's what Call of Duty did and Warzone did, and everybody was fine with it, and it took off like crazy. So I don't understand really
I
that
think
either.
One of the issues was because wasn't there a bug initially where it was putting loot like on top of each other, right?
It was, and then
they fixed it though, I thought.
Yeah. In true Battlefield fashion, it took them like 3 months to get the loot to spread out farther when you open a box.
Yeah.
Or when you kill somebody. It took them a while. They didn't have the technology at first, but they figured it out, and they got the loot to spread out a little bit. And the pacing was rough too. It was really slow at the beginning, which I've always thought was silly. Like, it did this a little bit. That Halvoy was the map. It was huge, and the circles would just start in different places on the map. So sometimes you'd be in the lake area, or sometimes you'd be in the snowy area, or whatever. I just thought that the first circle should have started smaller, and then it would have helped the pacing quite a bit too. They wouldn't even had to add more players. Like, you could have, but just I don't hate that. Like, the idea of having like a big diverse map, and then just the circle starting and utilizing different areas of the map, to give some variety, instead of like being able to drop the same exact place every single time. It was really cool. But yeah, I don't know. Blue, you think they can pull it off, like a good one, or do you think it'll be a hazard zone?
It's definitely not going to be Hazard Zone. That's for sure. Hazard Zone was failed, doomed from the beginning. I mean, it really was nothing interesting about Hazard Zone. They tried to get on the extraction train a little bit with their own version of it. Didn't work out. Also, just bad to launch alongside 2042 as a whole. Just, it was, even if it was a good Battlefield game, I don't know if Hazard Zone would still be a thing people would be playing right now. I don't see why not. I don't see why it would fail unless Battlefield makes it fail. Like, in general, like, it's especially if it's a free to play option. Like we said from the beginning, if you don't want to play it, you don't have to play it. Go play regular Battlefield. So just in general, I think it'll be fine. I think people who are arguing about it, everyone relax, calm down, and I guess we'll see how it especially with that new building destruction as well too that we keep seeing on the leaks. I'm just imagining that in the new battle royale, and I think that would be super insane.
Yeah, it should be.
I kind of hope they, and also they teased it a little bit in, I guess, some 2042 maps of like a fire ring on the floor, and it was kind of like a little hint at Firestorm. So maybe they might just bring it back, or some kind of maybe like another circle with the fire again. Because I thought even just from that perspective, it was a pretty cool idea as well. It
Wasn't
made it
there
different
something?
instead of just the gas, you know.
Didn't it say something that? Well, there was like a closing circle. I thought in the leaks, right? That I thought I saw.
Yeah, I thought, and they said it was likely
Yeah,
fire. And
yeah.
I also thought I read, do not like take this with the biggest grain of salt ever. I thought I read that the map was like LA or California. It's like wildfires in
Mhm.
California. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, geez.
There was
They
a
might
couple.
have
There
to
was like a
change
New York City.
that.
Wasn't there a New York City one too?
You're talking about
It's
the
the
concept
Reddit.
art
Yeah, the Reddit concept
leaks and
art
stuff like
leaks.
that?
Yeah, there was like a,
Yeah, yeah. So there was
which is awesome that I
United
have it
States,
here.
a couple, there was like the LA, there was New York,
Hmm.
um, there was some like huge, I don't know if it's like, it looked like it was like by the Brooklyn Bridge as well too, specifically.
I'm looking at it
Um,
now. Sunset Boulevard. So that still looks like it's LA. There's a sign that says Sunset
mhm.
Boulevard, and then there's, yeah. So maybe it all
Yeah,
is
all the palm
LA.
trees. It looks like
It,
Beverly Hills and stuff like
yeah,
that.
it looks like it all
Um,
is LA. But there was stuff in the files also. I thought that also like alluded to New York and stuff. But it did, that concept art looks awesome.
yeah,
Gives me
yeah.
Battle. You ever see the movie Battle of LA? Kind of gives me vibes of that a little bit.
Yeah, I always wanted. I'm surprised no game. I to and kind of talking about a little bit. I always thought um World War III would have been the first combined arms game to bring New York in, because they showed it in the trailer. Um,
They
but it's
did,
just good.
didn't they?
They did. They had Times
Wow,
Square.
I don't remember
Times
that.
Square in one of the trailers, dude. So
It's easy to forget,
it's
Buff.
so crazy, long
True.
time ago. But I really hope they bring you. I would love to see that kind of, I especially for like just a little bit outside from the battle royale, but like in like conquest, like it's gonna be crazy to see one, how many buildings can you enter, what buildings are actually destructible, because like Siege of Shanghai was really the only major city map we've ever seen so far in that kind of urban dense environment, and that looked amazing already.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like huge, like you couldn't just blow up every single building around you. Um,
That was like
but
more
I mean,
Levolution type destruction than
yeah, exactly, exactly. And really, like everything from like the first and second floor was like destructible, and if you shot a rocket by the third floor, it just wouldn't do anything.
that. Hmm.
Um, but imagine with this one, and then fighting in New York between alleyways and stuff like that, and there's like that concept art of like the crazy looking like tunnel underneath like maybe a bridge or something like that. Like, dude, it's gonna be so cool to see that. I'm ready. I'm ready. Give it to me.
Whoa. Are you pre-ordering?
You guys haven't already?
Wait, what? Yeah, I was just doing that right now while you were finishing up your sentence.
And for the fifth time.
All right. Give me another copy. Get this guy another copy. He needs another copy
You
of
get
the
a
most
copy. You get a copy.
of the most expensive edition, please.
What? How much do you guys think this game is going to cost? I've been seeing this a lot lately too, just in
$80
discussions.
for the
80.
standard. Yeah.
I see that.
120 for some
It's just, I mean,
edition.
what's that Mario Kart stuff talking about? That game's going to be $80
For the Switch, yeah.
for the Switch to 80, and then 90 for the digital edition. Like, damn, for Mario Kart?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be like $80 for the base game and $130 for the overblown disappointment edition. I think that'll be the name of it. This is the
Oh
overblown
yeah,
disappointment
Hardline had
edition.
a downtown LA map too, but yeah, Hardline was kind of slept on. I feel like a little bit. Hardline was a cool little. It felt more like a DLC, anyways. But I mean,
I thought you said
I forgot
Heartland.
that. R.I.P.
Dang it,
With
man.
the crane coming down though, that was like the best part of that map. Of just like it crashing down and like just crunching through the building, like slicing through. That was such a cool moment. So, yep,
That's
we'll
what's up.
see. That's
Get
what's
ready.
up with Battlefield. Go ahead and
And COD's back.
Pre-order as soon as you can, and Call of Duty. Yeah.
COD's back. Battlefield's back. It's just so good right now.
I really do hope they, whether it has to be free to play, obviously. Battle Royale, like a Battle Royale. I think if they do a Battle Royale and then like also an extraction type offshoot, kind of like Modern Warfare 2 did with having Warzone and DMZ. Not that they need to. I think focus on one thing first. Don't do too many. But it would be cool to see an extraction shooter version of it down the road. But again, if they do a Battle Royale right, you don't need that, I think. So I never played Firestorm because I didn't buy Battlefield 5 because I just didn't like the product. But yeah, I mean, a Battle Royale, a good modern Battlefield Battle Royale would be great, but it's got to be free to play, and they actually need to support it. Unlike Hazard Zone and Firestorm, which were also locked behind paywalls and they didn't support. So
yeah, Battlefield has a very, very long and storied history of prematurely what do I want to say? Giving up on games and modes and titles. Yeah, they are quick to drop support on things.
Well, it's also because they're reading the writing on the wall. Granted, with Battlefield 5, I think if they gave it a little bit more support and it was free to play, it would have been a different story with Firestorm. But the writing on the wall for a lot of this stuff is like, they're like, oh, we came out with a dud game that everyone hates. We should move as many developers off this as soon as possible and try again.
Yeah.
They came out with a good game, like a banger Battlefield, and actually supported it and gave it the love it needed instead. Because, I mean, they're on what, like a 17-year development cycle right now for Battlefield games. So,
Yeah, I think we get a new one like every blood moon or some shit.
Yeah. I think I was 7. Like 7 years old the last one.
There's a couple sacrifices. You know what? It's probably the terrorists affecting them right now.
Yeah, I think it's got tariffed.
That's probably,
the tariff setting.
Did you see that they're doing something against like Temu and Shein? So maybe maybe Tencent's feeling it, man.
Yeah, they need it.
10-cent felt Liberation Day.
Sir Samuel with the $4.99. Let's go.
Yeah,
pounds.
Samuel, thank you, man. For the
pounds.
How much is that in kilos? Dude, thank you. Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate it, man. Sleep well, and we'll catch you on the VOD, man. I appreciate
We're
it.
just Americans here.
Remember to pre-order Battlefield, though.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, don't spend your money on us.
Don't
spend your money on Battlefield.
Do not super chat, man. Buy the Black Cell and COD. It's back. Dude, I want to punch my own face for
Remember
saying
when
that.
the Black Noir skin came out? How bad that was.
I've just been in around FPS gaming for long enough to know that like there's just ebbs and flows of like, dude, everything's amazing, we're eating so good, and then then 2 weeks later everybody's gonna be crashed out and mad. There's nothing to play and the genre's dead. Yeah, I'm here for it.
For sure. Let's hope we get
hope we get
a good Battlefield this time.
It was like, I think I saw a tweet. It was like between like 2000 and 2010, there was like just multiple iterations of like different games coming out, just hit after hit after hit. And within like 10 years, if you go from now 10 years back, it's been like what, Fortnite?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think there's something to be said with just like the novelty of being a multiplayer shooter. I've said this before back in the day, but it's like when shooters and FPS like shooters just started coming out and being good, and people started playing them. It's like, holy shit, dude, I'm playing a game against someone else across the country over the internet. This is insane. It's amazing. Right. Well, you don't get the same adrenaline rush from that anymore. And so that can only get you so far. So people want more and more and different kinds of things. And there's only so much you can do with a shooter game, right? Like there were people are getting like bored of it as a whole. It doesn't have that same novelty as it did when, multiplayer shooters first started, which in the grand scheme of things for you young whippersnappers isn't that long ago, to really be honest, like everything. But yeah, I don't know. Next topic, right? We moving on. We're gonna run out of stuff. I thought we had a lot to talk about, but China. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to talk about with Arena Breakout Season 2. Blue's excited. He loves it.
Blue would be
I'm just waiting
excited
for that
if he
game.
played that.
Look. I'm just waiting for that game to come to Steam. I downloaded the launcher. I got it going, and then I just
Let's
moved on to different games, man. Like,
let's get into that.
it's
I want to call you out right there. I've been thinking about going on an X Twitter rant attack spree on people that are like, I'm not playing it until it comes to Steam. It's literally the same amount of clicks. You just click a different icon. You click.
Well, is it going to be opening up a launcher and then you just download it from the launcher from Steam?
When it comes to Steam, probably.
So then, yeah. So then it doesn't make, then it invalidates my argument 100%.
But just have the launcher, like just open the launcher instead of clicking like at the bottom of my screen.
I'm not saying that's, I'm just saying that's one of the reasons. I'm not saying that's like the main reason why I'm not playing the game. One, I don't have time to get into another extraction game right now. And then two, I don't know, man. It's just like I'm waiting for more content. I love the weather. That was like the lighting in the game looks amazing. I even went and did my first like intro raid and got, you know, did a couple raids after that, just solo, just to get used to it. And then I got busy, and it's like the thought of having to go in and
Those are
go
boring
through all
though,
that
dude.
again. It's
Those,
just,
well, you don't need to go through it. I mean, if you already did the intro, one, you should be fine.
I could play with you guys right now if I
Yeah,
wanted to.
you
That's,
really
yeah.
need to. You don't want to. Yeah, you want to. That game is better when you're playing with friends. Like
With friends?
playing solo sucks. Like, I only
Yeah.
play it with a select group of people, and then it's fun. But like playing solo, I can run a couple things solo, but I'm running like Forbidden and playing it super slow, and then I'm waiting for like a buddy to get on. But I typically am running duos, trios. I mean, you can run quads. I typically run trios. I think plays best, and then I run quads if I'm playing bullet.
When you're
sponge
doing
for
trios
draft.
too, is every other team doing trios as well too? Or
No,
you're
so
still going against different? You can go up against 4-man teams.
Yeah, you can go up against 4-man teams as like duos and even solos. If
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
like Tarkov
solo.
where it's just everybody's
Oh,
together.
okay, okay, got it.
But
For
I
now-
will
Which is
say,
fine. I don't
so-
mind
I
that.
think the
It can be fun.
matchmaking. I think the matchmaking isn't. If running as a solo and even duos, I don't run into like full 4-man men a lot. So there's something with the matchmaking for sure, and especially if you're playing with a
I
new
think we
person.
talked about it. It's got to be your gear for sure.
Yeah, and like account wise, like Justin's in chat. And
Oh, like if I come in with you guys with my stuff, you guys would be just killing everyone because you already have map knowledge, game knowledge, and then it's just like
it would also
bring
match us with like bad
matchmaking.
players. Yeah, like typically,
Yeah.
whenever like we were playing Forbidden and Justin was on his newer account, which is still leveled up decently, but like the matchmaking clearly seemed different because he was on that account.
Yeah, so here is the roadmap for the new season called Ignition. Justin thinks it's going to be terrible. He hates it already. There's two things that he mentioned that it's going to be 6 months till the next update. I don't think that's true. I made a video today and they said in the devlog that they announced today that after this update, they're going to a quarterly big update cycle. So I think they delayed this season while they're working on additional seasons so they can bring them out 3 months. So after this one, we're supposed to be getting quarterly big updates. So every 3 months instead of 6 or 7. This season 1 was way too long. But I mean, if you're calling it early access and they're working on it, whatever. But
6 months, right?
Looking at it, man. Like, I mean, it's a bigger team than most extraction shooters out there. And for this amount of content, I don't know, man. That seems
let me cook. I'm not. There's more. This isn't it.
Okay. There's more. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let him cook. Let him cook, chat.
And then so a lot of people.
Chat. Everyone be quiet.
A lot of people are talking trash on the weapons. That 3 of the 6 firearms are handguns. But in the trailer, they showed a new mechanic. They showed a new mechanic with a quick swap. Like you still have your primary up and you pull the sidearm out and you still have them both. So like a quick swap. So making pistols more viable. So they added some more of those. Also, something to think about. They are more than likely adding a gear maximum for the normal modes. Like you can't go in like super juice. So like if you want to get away from some of that stuff, if you're a newer player, Blue, you don't have to go against like super juice people because they're putting in a lower gear count. So if you think about
it, like, hold on, is it per map or is it just every map has that option?
Every map, I don't know what they're gonna do for sure. I can't.
Is
But
is it like Delta Force? You know how they keep it between certain maps. You gotta have.
they
Like a
might.
certain
They
gear,
might. It
yeah.
might be like Farm and Valley normal. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll add some of the other maps to normal. I'm not sure. But if we're talking handguns, that might make handguns an interesting option because if you can get some good ones, like maybe the FN57 is really good or
Ooh,
something,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can get under that gear cap. You can wear juicy armor, get under that gear cap by running a
Pistol
viable handgun,
runs.
and like so that's why
Could be fun.
handguns might
Okay.
be interesting. I don't know. The SVT and the AK-12. What's on this? There's going to be new bosses. One of them was on a wooded map. The Fred guy was a sniper. He looks like Sherman. I am interested in some of the game modes. So was team elimination was not in the beta, was it?
Yeah, it was.
How did you play it?
Yeah, I played both.
I wanted to play team elimination because I used to have fun in team gunfight, and that's what it feels like, isn't it? Like, what happens? What happens like if there's like a couple people left and the timer's running out? Is there an objective in the middle, or how does it get people to fight?
The fight area closes in like a circle.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, so it
I think I'm
forces
gonna
you
like
to
that
go there.
because I really liked playing team gunfight when it was in COD. We played the heck out of it.
Yeah,
It's
team
similar to that.
elimination was a lot of fun. Hey, one life mode,
Yeah.
yeah, really, I had a good time with that.
Is
TDM
that like you could
also,
just go in and just like is it like preset loadouts or you have to bring your
yeah,
own stuff? So
it's preset loadouts. Yep.
okay.
And then
Same with TDM. Yep.
solo ops. So that'll be. I'm more worried about solo ops almost than anything. I think solo ops
That
could
might
get
be-
campy as shit. I feel.
I played a little bit of it on the Northridge map, and I mean, yeah, I got killed by a sniper.
It's gonna be
like
a
hit or
lot
miss.
slower for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's just
definitely gonna get campers.
bush Wookiees and rats, man. That's what solo gameplay is really. Just holding corners, being as quiet as possible. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I want to play it with a larger player base, but
And
I
then
had better games playing just as a solo and regular versus solo and solo.
yeah. So yeah, and my reasoning behind that is like if everybody is a solo and knows that everybody else is a solo, like they're gonna rat hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If you go into the solo, yeah.
But yeah, if you go
Yeah.
into a solo, you can see 3 and 4 stacks running around the map. People are moving, and
Just
you can kind of
sprinting, yeah, because they're hey, we got 4-man, we're good,
right.
And then you come in with the new SVT and 7.62 by 54R, which is a crazy caliber. I'm curious how much that weapon's gonna cost. If it's
One of
probably
the-
gonna be pretty cheap.
I think
What
one of
gun?
The SVT.
that
SVT.
might make me
It's
mad.
just the
It's
SVT
pretty
40,
cheap.
right?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
It's like
Pretty
the
cheap
most
for a
it's
pretty big caliber,
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's-
wondering how that's
I'm
going.
worried about that too, like a cheap gun that you can put tier 7 54R ammo
I mean,
in,
that's how the Mosin is too, though. So
and it pisses
Yeah, but
me
it's a
off. so-
semi-automatic, Yeah, now you got a semi-automatic version of the Mosin,
Right.
pretty much. So,
I think one of the bosses, I think that Rolf boss was on Armory. One of the bosses was on the Armory in the trailer. I can't remember which one it was. Then they're doing kill cams outside of raids, so that's pretty cool because there's been
Yeah, that's
times
really
where I was like,
nice.
oh,
Okay.
I clicked results, I forgot to watch my kill cam like on weird stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think it can be understated how amazing having a kill cam in an extraction game is. It's so awesome, like to know what the hell happened. It's talked me off. Like I've been ready to throw my computer out of that window with how I died, but then you watch the kill cam and it's like, oh damn, GG's. Okay, I get it. And then they said they're gonna make a lot more missions and stuff, so I hope that's good. And then what caliber is the AK-12 buff? Is it 7.62 39?
Yeah, it's
545.
545. Yeah, same as the
545.
74,
BP.
but it has a faster rate of fire. So I think the 545 AKs in the game with the 74 and 600 rounds per minute. This is 750. The AK-12 is. I
Yeah,
want to say.
750. Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
Is there PS and
Okay.
BP ammo, like different types of 545?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
just like
okay.
Tarkov. Yep.
Okay, cool.
MCX is really fun. That was my go-to.
Yeah, so they also did a like a dev talk and it was in Chinese. And I did. I actually made a video about it today.
Yeah, I see that.
'cause-
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
because I was home today. You won't have to after this. I'll tell you what's in it. They are wanting, and I mentioned this before. They said it in another dev talk, but this time they did say again that they want to switch to a quarterly update cycle. I said that at the beginning. I think that's a really big deal to keep content fresh, keep people coming back. They are also making those monetization changes where you can buy skins outright now. No more loot boxes and spin it to win it's for that. You can actually get, like, if you see something that you like, you can actually get it. Then they're doing a free 2x2 case if you complete the missions. The downside to that being that it's still only a 30-day 2x2 case, which is kind of lame. There said two things they want to work on are dynamic mechanics in raids. And he said, and we can speculate on this because I don't think there, I think there was like a translation issue or something. He said they want to make more dynamic mechanics in raids, like universal keys and stims and injections. And what I took that to mean is, does he mean like putting universal keys in the map? So maybe like you loot a universal key and it's like, oh shit, I got this key. Let's go check that room. Like while you're in raid to like keep it dynamic and changing. I really like stuff like that. Like where, Gray Zone's adding that stuff where quests pop up or where PvP pops up or things that happen while you're in there that make you deviate from your original plan. I think those are really cool. And he said stims and injections. So I don't know what that means for sure. They did say they're going to be making some additional changes to the maps. They're going to be adding some POIs and loot spots, places to get higher tier loot around the maps, and decreasing the player numbers to try to cut down on people always taking the same route and having the timing the same. They want to spread people out a little bit more and have different like loot places and POIs be viable. He said the season missions are extended, and upon completing, you get a free 2x2 case. They overhauled audio and improved sounds and like bushes and things like that. This pissed me off. They said they're adjusting thermals and red ammo more, but not removing. Every single person wants them out of the flea market, wants red ammo and thermals off the flea market.
Yeah.
Just found in raid only. Like everybody wants that. But I wonder if that's one of the big reasons like they sell in-game Cohen with money, like if people want to run that stuff all the time, swipe their credit card. Is one of the reasons I see them keep it around.
The secure case, is that only gonna be like a 30-day item?
The 2x2 one is, yeah. You always have a 1x2. And I did get from ace to legend only with a 1x2. I didn't spend any money on a case.
Okay, so it's possible. Okay.
You can play the game to its full extent without spending a dime. Is kind of what I wanted to show. But yeah, it sucks. It's only 30 days. And they're adding memberships too, like elite memberships where you get the battle pass and a secure container and a membership that you pay monthly. Which, whatever, man. Like they have to make money somewhere. I would rather them do it a different way.
It is a free-to-play game. I get it, but I mean,
I guess I'm okay with it as long as you can play the game to the fullest extent at the highest level without spending money. So as long as I can
that was my issue with a lot of free-to-play games. Like back in the day when I used to play a lot of Warface, like you could only get so far until you had to spend money to be playing on a higher level. And of course, a lot of the guns were like rentals, so you could only get them for a certain amount of time. So that's that's another thing why I think I kind of stayed away from this. But then after seeing you guys and Justin just kept like, it's possible to just not spend any money and still kill everyone. So I was like, all right, let me check.
Honestly, it became a like challenge for me. Like I'm going to play this game. I'm going to get to the highest level of this game, and I'm not going to spend any money because of these monetization practices. And I'm going to take up time and space on your guys' servers. So I'm costing you money. Like until you fix this, man. It's kind of like how I thought about it, but yeah, it's just not something you really notice in game, because at least even if you don't spend any money, you have access to the highest tier stuff by earning money and playing in game, and you can still get like the top tier stuff. It's not locked behind a paywall.
Exactly.
It's behind it like a
Mhm.
play wall, I guess you would say. But yeah, they keep saying they're adjusting thermals. They keep saying they're adjusting red. There's one simple fix, and they won't do it. And I just wonder if it's because they make too much money for that. This was a bombshell. Hideout system is coming in July.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Nice.
Yep, that was in the devlog today. And then you think about it, what that's 3 months from now. So that might be in the next season. But one of the people asked if there's ever going to be anything progression wise like a hideout. He said the first basic iteration of the hideout system is coming in July. That's something I don't care about really too much. But it might have some cool stuff attached with it, maybe like crafting. Like maybe if you level it up and stuff and find stuff in raid to fix it, you can do some crafting, which I guess would be pretty cool. So yeah, a hideout system. That's something I did not expect to hear. So, and then if, like I said, if you do the math, this season's dropping April 29th. So like if you think it in 3-season update, that would be the end of July. So maybe that's one of the big features for the season 3.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They said they're doing a lot of work to grenades, so nerfing blast radius of nades. They're thinking about removing the ability to cook grenades. You couldn't cook them anymore, so they'd always have their full fuse when you threw them. And they want to reduce the nade damage to armor. So grenades are more than likely getting a pretty big nerf. And then in future updates and future seasons, they said they want to make major rework changes to TV station and farm. So rebalance the maps, move stuff around, add things, potentially expand things like that to those. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was in that first devlog that I missed. I don't think so. I think that's it. If I'm disappointed in anything, it's the thermals and reds aren't getting much of a change. It's the fact that they're not removing purchasing in-game Cohen, and a lot of people are disappointed that it's not coming to Steam. And I guess, we've talked about this a little bit too. Like the reason it's probably not is because of current monetization, it would probably get like review bombed.
Yeah,
and also they don't have to pay any royalties if you buy stuff with their launcher. So those are like the two things. Yeah,
there's a bunch of like new attachments too, so I don't know if they went in on that, but obviously new season you can expect a bunch of new stuff also. So new gear, new equipment, gear, attachments, all that stuff.
were any of the changes in the monetization in there, like the skins? Did you see any of the new skins? I only played it like once. I played one raid on Northridge.
They made some changes for sure, but there obviously wasn't anything available to buy in that version. But as far as you could see some changes for some things for sure. I didn't play with it too much, but like the different blueprints, how you do things, and it seems like how you're gonna be able to purchase them, I think might be changing this season. We'll have to see what they do.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think overall I'm pretty excited. I am disappointed in those things. I am disappointed in the fact that there's only 2 new like main guns, but the game itself has a ton of guns in it already. I just found, have you ever used the TO3 in that game?
I haven't, but I know Justin likes it.
Dude, it's incredible.
Good. Yeah, it's a really good gun.
It's crazy. It shoots the 5.7 by
it's the
5.8 by whatever, the same stuff as the QBZ.
Yeah.
And it's a laser beam, dudes. I just started using that the other day, so I'm like still discovering guns to use.
I mean, you also look at mobile; they have so many more guns and stuff too. So hopefully, if they get on this 3 months cadence for updates, like you said, hopefully that's what they were doing in the background this whole time.
That's what I'm hoping.
Because I was a little disappointed that we're only getting the 2 main, and you get the SVT and the pistols.
That's the MPX. Does that count as a pistol?
The MPX? No, it's a submachine gun.
Yeah, okay. I was making, or MCX, sorry.
No, the MCX it's in the assault rifle. It's a Rattler in 5.56.
Okay. I figured, because I figured it's like the way they posted it on the banner or the
Oh,
promo
yeah,
material. It's
yeah.
like in the square, like as a pistol. So I was like, does it go in this pistol slot? Like how
No,
does that
no,
work? You know? Okay.
no. It's just a rattler chambered
Yeah.
in 5.56.
5.56.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I was like, that'd have been overpowered. That's for sure.
yeah. No, that would have been crazy.
Just lowers M4 sidearms MCX.
So Justin in
Yeah,
chat saying that the change of the store were there. They gave you bonds to try. That's true. I did do that. That's the only gun you can mount the voodoo handgun. Yeah. So yeah, there were changes to store. So we'll see something at least different.
nice. Trying to think if there's anything else with that I wanted to talk about. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
covered it.
yeah, that's all the stuff coming to the new season. I'm guessing there's going to be some other stuff too. I just remember in season 1 we didn't even they did like a complete graphics overhaul and didn't even mention it. So
Right.
there could be some more stuff too. But yeah, I agree with Justin. If this is the content for 6 more months, like that would be rough. But if it's the content for 3 months, like we can work with that. You know what I mean?
Right. And I will say like the new map is awesome, and they made a lot of changes to the other maps, or at least from what I noticed. Like farm, there's some changes, not crazy, but eh, they did some stuff. So I mean, and the new map is a lot of fun. That's all I played. So
Nice. Luckily on today's show, we are joined by the community manager of Incursion Red River. So special guest.
Who?
BlueTheRobot, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so let's talk about what's new. I know you guys did a dev stream not long ago, earlier today, right?
Yep. We did
I want to hear.
is
I'm here. What's cooking?
our fifth one.
So I pulled up that link you sent me, and the time tag didn't come through on the
Oh, that's
stream.
fine.
VOD.
1:30, an hour and 30. That's
Hour
pretty
30.
much
Got you.
where it can start. But yeah, it was fun. I played with the creative director, level designer, Mr. Robin, aka Runkle Tunkle, on Discord. Interesting name. I never know how to say it. But Robin, yeah. He joined me today on stream, and we got to kind of talk to the community. We were talking about things that are coming up for the update, things, ideas that we have planned as well, the team has planned in store coming up later. And this next update is going to be pretty interesting because there's it's one, it got a little bit delayed, but because they just kept adding new things, and it almost went to the point where we just had to like the team had to like, all right, stop, we need to release this update, like stop putting new things in, which is a good and bad thing. So it's coming out within the next 2 to 3 months, most likely two, hopefully. So that's kind of like the time frame. But in this stream, it was pretty interesting because we got to show the new map towards the end of the stream. So we got to showcase the updated quarry map and the military base, and it's pretty much like from scratch. Like they completely overhauled the entire what's the word, the entire military base. They kind of enlarged the map as well too, added more foliage, and it was still very much a work in progress, but people really got to see the idea now of like how much work is going into this. um so, and then not just that, but also like the story behind why you're here, and like why the military base had like, why is there BTRs there? Why is there an Abrams there? So like a lot of that was also like explained of like, there was the original Vietnamese government, then the UICS, which is like NATO, came in and took over. So the big battle. So like at that base will be the UICS controlling that base when at the time of you going in and doing your missions and stuff like that. Um, that was explained. So we got to showcase a lot of the new, like everything is being updated, like all the textures on the walls. That we have a new 3D modeler that's completely just making you Vietnamese inspired assets and stuff like that. So we got to showcase some of that. You know, and really, and just to kind of even just showcase what Unreal Engine 5 is capable of and also not capable of as well too. So especially for like a small team, we were talking about it, and I think it's literally like 5 people full time, maybe 7, I think, out of like the 10 people that are working on the game. The rest are just contractors. So it's like it is a small, I mean, it could be smaller, but it's still a relatively small team. So yeah, and just for people that are watching on stream, you can kind of just see the layout of what it's going to be. There's like a main section of like 3 main buildings, and like there's a barracks on the corner. There's like the sentry area, there's a guard station, there's a firing range. And then we were showing it without foliage, and then we showed it with foliage, and a lot of it's like procedurally generated at the time, but then it's also going to be fixed later down the line. But it was just to showcase what it will look like as a whole, with like a bunch of trees all around it and stuff like that. So it was just really cool to see, and it definitely like sparked an interest more in me to be able to like get into level design as well too. So we'll see after this next update. Maybe I'll start working on the game a little bit too. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, like everything you see that's in this map is like hand placed. Like the box that's leaning up against the wall was put down and then rotated to make it look like it was, so like everything about it. So, you know, there's a couple like pre-made assets that are made now in-house, which is even cooler now that we could say that. You know, it's like, oh, here's a box of food that's placed, you know. So yeah, it's just really cool to see the game really become, I would say, more professional looking as well too as a whole. I think it really gives a more professional vibe to the game as a whole. And yeah, I mean, again, just going through it's so cool. Also, just like showing people like on stream behind the scenes as well too gives like, I don't know how people feel. I mean, I know how I feel when I see like game developers showcasing them making the game. Like I used to watch a lot of those like live streams for like Beautiful Light and SCP and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see behind the scenes of like them doing level design stuff. So to actually do that myself now and then showcase on stream was just really cool. I think also we reached like pretty good numbers. It was like 100 average, 90 to 100 average viewers, um just to like watch this part, and it got up to like 113. So it was just really cool to see like the interest and the from the community and stuff like that. And then in the beginning we also showcased the new tablet, which is the GCPS, the Global Combat Positioning System. So right now they're in game. There is a tablet that's pretty basic. It's just a little like screen. It's a touch screen. You check it out, and you go from there. But this one that's going to be made now is really interesting because it's very detailed now, and it's more immersive. So now you can actually see like your hands on the tablet moving around the thumbstick and stuff like that, using the slider on the right side, zooming in and out. Um, and just being able to like be more immersed into the world. And then the biggest thing about the new tablet system, one of the biggest complaints in the game was that the players sometimes had a hard time finding objectives, especially in bunker, because the bunker map, your tablet, like the map itself, would be shut down. Like you can't see anything, so you have to just figure it out yourself. But now with the new tablet, if you look on the top left, sorry audio listeners, but on the top left, there's like LED lights, and the closer you get to the objective, the more it starts to turn red, and by the time you're at the objective, it's flashing red really fast. So
Nice.
kind of stalker-ish, I think, for sure. That's why I kind of like a lot of immersion there, but it's also kind of what's the word, inspired from like old Far Cry games, like Far Cry 2 and stuff like that. So um yeah, so now it's in there. So the closer you get to the objective, the light starts go off. um and we even went into talks of just like everything that's coming into the game. We got weapon jamming coming into the game. We got the new boss, the new VLF boss, completely made from scratch. He's got his main weapon now is the RPK.
Nice.
We got the UI overhaul that's coming. We have the GCPS overhaul. We have eventually we'll have like a physical compass too, not just the one on your above. So we'll have like everything will be like in-game physical items to limit the amount of HUD options on your screen. So to really just immerse you into the game. We're also doing the I believe the terminal mission as well too. So we got that coming into the game with the defense mission type. And I think that's it for now. In terms of like new weapons coming, I know for sure the RPK because the new boss. I can't think of anything else right now, but yeah, it's a lot of little things that all added up. And I mean, really, it's the core overhaul is just a huge thing. Also, we got to showcase a little bit too towards the factory. I didn't even realize this was gonna happen. Was gonna now be what's the word? It's gonna have like an underground section in the quarry. So, yeah, so now like you're gonna have to go underground and go through like this like where they're like cutting out the big giant blocks. You can actually go underneath and go through that as well too. And it looked a little bit darker on the stream, but from what I've seen behind the scenes, it looks so good. It looks so good. So yeah, it's a lot coming to the game, man. And then on top of all of that, AI adjustments, audio overhaul, like from scratch. Like they're fixing the sound distance and direction. They're also making it where enemy footsteps sound different from friendly footsteps, so you can really differentiate between you and your friends. And then gunshots as well too are gonna just be overhauled as well too. So yeah, it's really like it's almost getting because like if you look at Quarry now and then you look at the bunker map, you can kind of see the difference between when the game first started almost to now where it's at. So it's kind of just trying to take everything from before and bringing it up to that I'm trying to think of the word of like that oh my god, can't think of the word right now. Oh, hello. Just ran out of memory on the stream. That was weird.
That's a
To the
thing.
quality level. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Opera GX. Yeah, so it's like up to the quality level of everything else. So it kind of started off as like, hey, we'll just like work on a new map, and then it turned into like a whole overhaul update. So
Are the new Justin asked in chat, your thumbnail had a ton of new AK stuff. Are those going to be in the update? Do you know?
Yeah, I was gonna post that as well too on our official social media. So like the drum mag is coming.
Sweet.
I believe the handguard as well too, and the what else? I don't know if that suppressor's new. I don't think the suppressor's new, but like yeah, the handguard and the drum mag for sure are new, and they're coming to the game. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming to the game, and then on top of that, just to see behind the scenes is really cool. So
Yeah, I like that stuff when you can see like the maps take shape. It's just something I wish I could do. Like you said, like it made you interested in working on that kind of stuff. It'd be sick to do that stuff.
yeah, because it's like you get to tell a story of like, you know, like there's a reason why the vehicles are turned this way because they were defending from an attack, and then like there's a reason why like okay if like thinking about little things like that, the details really add up to the immersion of the world of like okay there's a barracks, okay where are the soldiers in the military base going to get their food from, okay we'll make a kitchen for them, okay where is the food going to be, where are they going to eat now, little things like that. So and then there's like oh there's a server room, okay but now where the server is going to be located, if there's a storage area where is that going to be located and why is it there. So um a lot of it has a lot of in-depth thinking behind it as well too. So
It looks like it's time to get him to building the S&D game. That's all I'm hearing.
That's all you're hearing
from this.
yeah. We posted a tweet of just little tweet of the saying PvP is coming. ... You know, April Fools, because we've been saying over and over again PvE only. This is not a PvP game. Yeah, there were some people that were just like really excited for that, but then there was also a lot of people that were really mad. So
No.
like not even 30 minutes after I posted a tweet, I posted underneath like April Fools, you know, like just to like calm it down a little bit. Like in the Discord, I posted it, and people were just like thumbs down,
Why?
reaction
Because
to it and stuff
they
like
wanted
that.
PvP or what?
Okay, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
Some people like there was like 4 people I could think of on the top of my head that I saw like on Twitter and comments that were like, yeah, let's put that in, you know.
Dude,
But a lot of it was just like the chat blew up and like, why the hell are you doing that? We thought you were different, you know.
dude,
and it's just like, relax.
There's an astonishing amount of people that prefer PvE. Like it surprised me. And what I'm referring to is like whenever they like delayed Arc Raiders that was supposed to be PvE against all those aliens, and they came back and said, okay, Arc Raiders is now going to be PvE. The amount of people that were disappointed and mad was surprising to me. There's a lot of people that prefer it.
Yeah, well, and a lot of the thing is too, and I'm kind of sick and tired of it, is like the cheaters in multiplayer games nowadays. You can't escape it. You can't get away from cheaters in games nowadays. So it's nice, and that's not the only reason. I also, for me, just that doesn't have the time to really get into a PvP scenario sometimes. If I'm gonna lose all my stuff, it's nice to just get into a PvE scenario, maybe crank up the difficulty a little bit, and just still have a good time. And the fact that you can still play this game with friends, so it's not just a single player only experience. You could still do co-op as well too. So yeah, I get it. You know, it can be frustrating, but it's something that I think also needed to come to the extraction genre, because there really is no, specifically other than single player Tarkov, which again, the people who made Tarkov don't like single player Tarkov. So it's like, you know, especially with the modding scene behind that. And there's also technically there's mods for this game, even though they need to be updated now. All the mods are old because people aren't modding the game right now because it's just there's no content. But I have a feeling once the next update comes out, there's gonna be even more mods that come out for the update, which would be cool. So the fact that this game is moddable, you can play with friends, you can customize the AI, you can do everything in terms of like weapon customization. We have the new gunsmith as well too coming. I totally forgot about that, which also we announced that there's going to be loadout. You could buy a loadout. So if you build a gun that you really like and you really enjoy it, you can just save that and then buy all the parts and it'll build it right then and there.
Nice.
So that's also another thing. And also the UI is going to be completely overhauled to the point where it can be organized. You can like, I need a specific magazine. All right, tab only to see only magazines, and tab only to see only weapons and or gear and helmets and chest rigs. So yeah, a lot of quality of life stuff, new mission, new story, new story elements. All the characters too for the VLF now, right now they all look the same. Later down the line, you're gonna have, I think, 21 different face and models and animations, stuff like that, or face models specifically, and different characters. So that'll even be brought up to the quality level that the team's looking for. So
nice.
It's a lot. I can keep going.
I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah, it's cool to see you supporting it so much. Cranking. Yeah. Good stuff. How lucky are we to have the community manager right here with us?
The luckiest.
Yeah, I guess it's almost time to be over with the program. That went fast. I have one more thing. Let's talk about the marathon thing real quick. Because we just have a few minutes left. So that works out. They just started teasing it. So I did not expect this yet. I originally thought it was going to be like another 6 months to a year before we started seeing teasers for Marathon, which is Bungie's extraction shooter. We got a crazy trailer. We heard some stuff behind the scenes about it not going so well. Then they took it offline, or they got a new lead like designer, and they said that it's going to be a hero shooter then, and that bummed a lot of people, including me, out. But nonetheless, it is going to be an extraction shooter. Bungie might do something with it. But yeah, I was gonna see if there's anything. Insider Gaming made an account or made an article about it, but I think all it was so far is just like a bunch of X's and potentially some code to do with the lore. Someone asked Grok if they could find anything, the AI on X, and they couldn't find anything, and they said it probably has to do with the lore of the new game. I was gonna skim this article and see if there was anything else, but overall, I guess the story is that I was surprised by it being like officially talked about so far. I just ran out of memory on my Chrome tab with the stream up. That's weird.
Yeah.
You guys are struggling there.
You're getting attacked.
So then, yeah, to add to that, Jeff Grubb reported back in February that Marathon, we talked about this, I think, wasn't part of that month's PlayStation State of Play because PlayStation is planning a standalone event for the game. And he said that April was a target for such a showing. So we are now entering the month of April. So we might hear fairly soon like a reveal event for Marathon or some kind of event for the franchise, for Bungie's next big franchise. Nothing's been confirmed, but yeah, Jeff Grubb has been pretty dang accurate with stuff for a long time. And he said, that they were going to start talking about it in April. It's now April 3rd, and they started talking about it. So yeah, there could be an event coming for Marathon.
Yeah.
Also,
they posted a link as well too, like the one.voice.many.hereoursilence.com. And all it says is very here. I'll even give it to the production team real quick before we end it. It says OBS breaks their chains, which is funny that you're having OBS issues. That's probably why. It's because they released leaks today. So Marathon's messing with you today.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And then it goes interacts /login/live. The system fears when many become one. Mida is watching. Mida is rising. Very, very cryptic stuff. I don't know the lore of Marathon because I know it's an older game, so I'm sure people know what Mida is probably. But for someone who just doesn't know what that is, I no clue what this is about. And then also you can sign in with your Twitch account.
Oh,
Not gonna do that.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, this is directly from like the Marathon Twitter handle, so it's not anything crazy, but it's like what is going on?
Titanfall 3.
Somebody, yeah. I don't know if you want to do it. I mean, it's a little late. We say that it's for next time.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I don't know if there's much news there because I've talked about there was an earnings call a long time ago where the Laura Miele, the lady that said 2042 is way ahead of schedule, she said that they're
reliable.
She's super reliable source. She said that they understand that Titanfall is still a massive franchise and they're not closing the door on it. So she said that like a while back. So it only makes sense that Titanfall 3 is coming.
Tweet specifically, I don't think it's going to be 2026. I'll believe it when I see it. But that's like the so-called apparently release date for Titanfall 3. Of course, it happened to be released during April Fools, but they specifically said this is not an April Fool's joke from the Twitter account that posted it. And then there's another tweet underneath, like a comment saying that some Discord servers in December 2024 about having RSPN having a secret game in development. That game is Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 will be announced at TGA 2025 at the earliest, and then official release in 2026.
Yeah.
So, and this is coming from like game leakers that are pretty, some people have been reliable for some things. So I don't know, take everything with a grain of salt on Twitter or X.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, then. I think that's a show.
I think that is a show. Yeah.
Beefy one.
Yeah, we will keep you guys informed about next week. I'll talk with the guys. I had been talking to Owen, the IMO, the ABI creator. Nice. I'm trying to get a time with him next week, and then I need to talk with you guys and see if we can like get it like all together because we'll be the 10th. Yeah, a week from today, the new season will drop, like the creator test, like where we can stream the new ABI season will drop like a week from today. So
Perfect. Yeah. So
like figure out
see if we
around
can
that.
get him on that day, or maybe the following week. Get his thoughts.
Yep. Then the following week from
Mhm.
that is my heart procedure. The following Thursday.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of weird stuff, but we'll keep in touch. And
Strip club stream is what you're saying?
yeah, I want to be
Finally?
there. Wheel me in there from the hospital, man. So anyway, guys, we'll figure that out. So as always, with all of us having busy lives and careers and all that stuff, it's hectic, but we keep trying to get a show every week, and we will continue to do so moving forward. But thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Buff and Blue for meeting me here to talk about video games. I appreciate you guys a lot, and we will see you next week at some point.
Peace.
Later,
Have a good one,
guys.
Bye, guys.